Hello. So today we are going to talk about a very common topic or a common phenomenon in everyday life, and that is what you call feeling sleepy or feeling drowsy when you are in meetings. Let's have a look at what this is all about. This is not a new topic, but it's good to review why this happens and what happens when this happens. So it always happens in a meeting at some point or another, or whether you are in a group setting or in a dialogue. For example, you are in the middle of an interview. So if you have felt drowsy or sleepy in meetings, there must be some sort of explanation why that happens. A US study in 2010 indicated that 1 in 5 Americans reported falling asleep or being drowsy in situations that required high level of concentration. And that same study revealed it's more prevalent in women of about 13% than in men, about 8.6%. So what does that mean? Well, there must be something in the women that makes them more sleepy in meetings than men. Maybe men are more attentive. I will reveal to you what that says. However, there are some conflicting studies that say that the men are more sleepy in group situations or in meetings. So let's have a look in terms of whether that assertion is true. There are some possible reasons why a person becomes sleepy or drowsy in a meeting situation. For example, they may have experienced insufficient sleep during the previous day. So, in other words, you can say a person might be sleep deprived. Another possible reason could be some sort of situation or medical condition aggravated by insomnia, sleep apnea, or those working on different shift or timetables. For example, those who work at night obviously need to rest and sleep during the day. But if they have to attend meetings during the day, then obviously there's already a conflict of body clock or the timetable. So if you are in a situation in a meeting where you really have to concentrate, be attentive, listen to what's going on, focus, and yet you feel a bit sleepy, what can you do? One of the first things that you can do is to get up, excuse yourself for a minute, go get a glass of water, just do something or move around to invigorate your senses. What I often do, for example, if I have to take meetings, minutes of meetings that are very, very long, is I really have to have a small what you call this, it's like a window in front of my computer or another page in my notebook where I can doodle or focus my attention on something else when the discussions are a little bit unwieldy or not relevant to the uh, points that I'm supposed to be jotting down. So in that way I kind of entertain myself. So that's how I try to reinvigorate my senses. Otherwise I really do get up, go grab myself a cup of tea, and then if needed I would excuse myself and go to the bathroom or to the toilet. The other thing that you can do is to bend and stretch. So this means either you go to one corner and do your bending and stretching, or ask the meeting presider or the chairperson of the meeting to call for a quick break for everyone just to get a quick stretch or do some hand or leg exercises. So that's also good for other people who might be in a similar situation as you are. Now, if you are a meeting organizer, what can you do to prevent your meeting participants from being sleepy? So, number one, ensure that your presentations have a variety of formats to keep the attendees attentive and engaged. So, most of the time, people just talk on and on and on and on without having any visual aids to go with the talk. Or some people rely too much on PowerPoint presentations. So, this is what you call as death by slideshow. So, to prevent this from happening, make sure that there are some videos to show or some activities weaved into the presentation or between presentations just to break up the monotony of what's going on. The other thing that you can do is to ensure that your venue or your room or wherever you are, the room temperature is comfortable. It should not be too cold or too hot. Otherwise, people might go sleepy and sluggish on a room temperature that's really, really cold because it's really nice to snuggle up if you feel cold. But then again, the other possible thing that you can do is to serve light meals or refreshments. Because sometimes if you have participants that are fully fed and that they are really, really happy with the food, but sometimes the food reacts with the body, and your tendency is if you're very full, you'd like to go into siesta mode, or you'd like to sleep or nap after you've eaten. So, in order for that not to happen, you can serve light meals instead. And then the other thing that presenters can do, or you can suggest to your meeting presenters, is to vary their speaking tone. Because sometimes presenters are speaking in monotones or in a way that it's too authoritative, it's not so lively, it's boring. So, one of the things that they can do is to really practice or have two people present on an idea. So, there will be a variety of speaking styles that people can expect. So, what are the other tips that I can share with you regarding this topic? So, in terms of reflection and application, consider the following points. What is the time in the day of your meeting? Is it before or after lunch? Is it during weekday or weekend? Sometimes the timing of the meeting is a factor that you should consider in relation to whether the participants are tired or whether they have energy if it's late of the day or at the end of the day. The other thing that you should consider is the length of your meeting. Is it an hour long, 2 hours? Is it just for half an hour? Is it a webinar? Is it through Skype or video conferencing? And what is the depth of the agenda? Do you have enough to discuss? Do you have too many to discuss? So you also have to try and balance this off and ensure that you are not tired when you go to meetings. So make sure you yourself, as a person taking the minutes, is still on tip-top shape, or even the person who is chairing the meeting should be really invigorated so that he can set the tone in terms of how the meeting will progress. And of course, remain enthusiastic all throughout the meeting. So if you require more help, I suggest you talk to the human resources team. They may refer you to some training on meeting management or refer you to a health professional to discuss your sleepiness or drowsy feelings. You may need additional support to overcome your sleep deprivation. So that's my short presentation today about when you feel dizzy, drowsy, or sleepy during meetings. I hope you enjoyed our session for today. And as usual, if you have any questions or if you are keen to know more or have some more updated information you want to share with me, please drop me an email, scribenotes101@gmail.com, or visit my website, www.scribenotesbizsupport.com, or link up with me via Facebook by logging into Facebook and typing scribenotesbizsupport.com. Have a great day. This is Mimi saying goodbye and see you soon.